المؤمنين، يا غاية أعمال العارفين، يا غياث المستزنثين، يا حبيب قلوب الصادقين، ويا إله العالمين. أفتراك سبحانك يا إلهي وبحمدك تسمع فيها صوت عبد مسلم سجن فيها بمخالفته وضاق تأذى بها بمعصيته وحبس بين أطباقها بجرمه وجريرته، وهو يدج إليك ضجيجا مؤملي لرحمتك، وأناديك بلسان أهل توحيدك ويتوسل إليك بالبروبيتك يا مولاي. فكيف يبقى في عذابي وهو يرجو ما سلف من حلمك؟ أم كيف تحلمه النار وهو يعلم فضلك ورحمتك؟ أم كيف يحرقه لهيبها وأنت تسمع صوته وترى مكانه؟ أم كيف يستمل عليه زفيرها وأنت تعلم ضعف؟ أم كيف يتقلقل بين أطباقها وأنت تعلم صدقه؟ أم كي ترجر زبانيتها وهو يناديك يا رب؟ ومن كيف يرجو فضلك في إذك منها فتتركه فيها؟ هيهات ما ذلك الظن بك ولا المعروف من فضلك ولا مشبه لما عملت بالموحدين من برك وإحسانك. فباليقين أقطع لولا ما حكمت به من تعذيب جاهدك وقضيت به من إخلاد موالدك لجعلت النار كلها بعدا وسلاما، وما كان لأحد فيها مقرا ولا مقاما، لكنك تقدت أسماؤك أقسمت أن تملأها من الكافرين من الجنة والناس أجمعين، وأن توفي المعاندين، وأن تجل ثناؤك قلت مكتبئا وتتولت بالإنعام متكرما، أفمن كان مؤمنا كمن كان فاسقا لا يستوون. إلهي وسيدي، وأسألك بالقدرة التي قدرتها وبالقضية التي حكمتها وحكمتها وغلبة من عليه أجريت أن تهب لي في هذه الليلة وفي هذه الساعة كل جرم أجرمته وكل ذنب أذنبته وكل قبيح أسررته وكل جهل عملته كتمته أعلنت وأخفيت أو أظهرت، وكل سيئة أمرت بالإثبات الكرام الكاتبين الذين وكلتهم بحضنه ما يكون مني وجعلتهم شهودا علي مع جواره، وكنت راكب علي من وراحد وشاهدا لما خفي عنهم، وبرحمتك أفعيتهم وبفضلك سترتهم، وأن توفر خذلي من كل خير أنزلته أو إحسان فضلته أو بر نشرته أو رزق تبسطه أو ذنب تغفره أو خطأ تستره. يا ربي يا ربي يا رب، يا إلهي وسيدي ومولاي ومالك أركي، يا من بيدي ناصيتي، يا عالما بضر ومسكنتي، يا خبيرا بفقر وفاقتي، يا ربي يا ربي يا رب، أسألك بحقك وقدسك وعظم صفاتك وأسمائك أن تجعل أوقات من الليل والنهار بذكرك مأمورة وبخدمتك موصولة وأعمال عندك مقبولة، حتى تكون أعمالي وأورادي كلها وردا واحدا وحالي في خدمتك سرمدا. يا سيدي يا من عليه مؤولي، يا من إليه شكحت أحوالي، يا رب يا رب يا رب، قولي على خدمتك جواني واشتد على العزيمة جواني، وهب لي في خشيتك والدوام في الاتصال بخدمتك حتى أسرها إليك في ميادين السابقين وأسري عليك في المباردين واشتاق إلى قربك في المشتاقين وأدنو منك دنو المخلصين ورخافك مخافة المؤكنين وأجتمع في جوارك مع المؤمنين اللهم ومن أرادني بسوء فأرده ومن كاظني فكذه واجعلني من أحسن عبيدك نسيبا عندك وأقربهم منزلة منك وحسهم زلفة لديك فإنه لا ينال ذلك إلا بفضلك وجد لي بجودك وأتف علي بمجدك واحفظني برحمتك واجعل لساني من ذكرك لهجا وقلبي بحبك متيما ومن علي بحسن إجابتك وأكلني أكرتي واكفي زلتي فإنك قضيت لعبادك بعبادتك وأمرت بدعائك وضمنت لهم الإجابة فإليك يا رب نسبت وجهي وإليك يا رب مددت يدي فبعزتك استجب لي دعائي وبلغني منايا ولا تحت من فضلك رجائي واكفني شر الجن والإنس من أعدائي يا سريع الرضا اغفر لمن لا يملك إلا الدعاء فإنك فعال لما تشاء يا من اسمه دواء وذكره شفاء وطاعته غنى ارحم رأس ماله الرجاء وسلاؤه البكاء يا سابع النعم يا دافع النقام يا نور المستوحشين في الظلم يا عالم لا يعلم صل على محمد وآل محمد وافعل بما أنت أحلوه وصلى الله على رسوله والأئمة الميامين من آله وسلم تسليما كثيرا. فاتحة. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونشكره ونصلي ونسلم على حبيب الله العالمين حافظ السر ومبلغ رسالته الرسول المسدد المصطفى الأمجد المحمود الأحمد أبي القاسم محمد وبآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين صلوات الله عليهم أجمعين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم ومنكر فضائلهم وغاصب حقوقهم من الأولين والآخرين من الأهل إلى قيام يوم الدين أما بعد فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى في كتابه المجيد وكلامه الكريم وقوله الحق بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنما يوفى السابقون أجرهم بغير حساب صدق الله العلي العظيم صلوا على محمد وآل محمد In Surah Zumar, which is the 39th chapter of Quran Majid, verse number 10, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّمَا يُوَفَّى الصَّابِرُونَ أَجْرُهُمْ بِغَيْرِ حِسَابٍ, which means that surely, certainly, verily, إِنَّمَا, which means surely, certainly, verily, إِنَّمَا يُوَفَّى الصَّابِرُونَ أَجْرَهُمْ بِغَيْرِ حِسَابٍ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Now, notice that the word Allah uses here is yuwaffa, which means that He is going to pay you fully. He's going to pay you the way you deserve to be paid. O those who are patient, O sabirin, you are going to be paid fully. You are going to be recompensed fully. Innama yuwaffa sabiruna. Ajruhum, the rewards, bighayri hisab. There is no, without any measure. The reward which you are going to be given, this is in Quran, is bighayri hisab. It is said, the riwayah says that a group of people will enter paradise and the angels will be astonished to look at those people because there are checkpoints, there is a system, there is a method in this world. Also, we have got a system. We have got a method. If you want to enroll yourself or register yourself in any competition, wherever, there are some protocols you need to follow. So the angels will say that, how have you got here? Did you get to a particular checkpoint? Did you go to a particular hisab where you had to give hisab? And they will say, no, we haven't given any hisab. We were just brought here. So the angels will ask them, Man antum? Who are you? Oh people, who are you? They will reply, Nahnu sabirun. We are those who are patient. So the angels will say, very true. What you said is very true. Then the angels will recite this verse. Innama yuwaffa sabiruna ajruhum bighayri hisab. That Allah, verily Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to repay the patient ones without any measure. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He, in His wisdom, everything is particular. Allah is very accurate. The scholars say that the hisab of Allah is daqiq. But when it comes to sabirun, Allah says, I'm going to repay you without hisab. And in many places, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praises, eulogizes the sabirin or the patient ones. In many places. Sometimes He's saying, Inna Allaha ma'as sabirin. This is very common amongst us. Imagine Allah loves them so much that He says that I'm with them. Ma'a in Arabic means with. I'm with them. I'm with the patient ones. You be patient and I will be with you. And in another place, very rarely, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He sends salutations. Very rarely. He sends salutations to the Prophet and his holy progeny. And we recite this verse before proclaiming adhan. And in another place, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Quran sends salutations to sabirin, to those who are patient. Can you imagine? He says that my blessings and my salutations be on those who are patient. And you will find that sometimes He is praising the prophets in the past in Quran. Why? Because of their quality of being patient. He's praised Ibrahim, Ismail because of their patience. He says they were very patient. And then He says about Ayub, you know, the scholars say that he is Ra'sus Sabirin ila yawmil qiyamah. Prophet Ayub is very famous in regards to patience. Sabr Ayub. Bahut mashhoor hai. Sabr Ayub. So Ayub is that prophet that he was tested by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah wanted to see his patience. Now because of his patience, and he passed in that test. He passed in that exam. So now his name, he's come in Ra'sus Sabirin ila yawmil qiyamah. That this prophet now, he is the leader of the patient ones till the day of judgment. And how is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praising him? Ayub, in Surah Swad, chapter 38, verse 44. Allah says, Inna wajadnahu sabira. He says, we found him patient. Inna wajadnahu sabira. Then he says, Na'mal abd. What an excellent servant. Then he says, Innahu awwab. He is oft returning. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praises Ayub. He says, Na'mal abd. He's an excellent servant. Why? Because of his patience. Because we found him patient. Now, it was not easy, and to be patient is not easy because you have to wait. We all like success. We all like to pass. But the roots are very difficult, are bitter, are hard. Sabr, the hakikat, sabr is a name of a plant which is bitter. एक पौधे का नाम है जो कड़वा है. It's very bitter. Sabr is very hard. It's not easy. To say is very easy. To tell a person that be patient. Normally our elders say, sabr na fal mitha che. You be patient, then the fruits are very sweet. But the process is extremely hard. And in regards to Ayyub, he had to be tolerant. He had to be extremely patient. That Allah had blessed him with everything. Then slowly, Allah took everything. Gradually, Allah takes it purposely. So that Allah wants to test him. That how is he reacting? Is he patient in trials and tribulations? That Ayyub had so many things. Ayyub had a farm, a big farm. In that farm, he had cattle. He had goats and animals and sheep and cows and everything. Ayyub alayhi salam. And that one fine day, one morning, his shepherd runs towards Ayyub and he says that, Ya Nabi Allah, the animals which we had in the farm, the wicked have come and they've taken it away. They've stolen it. The animals have gone. On hearing this, Ayyub says, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Second day, the following day, the same shepherd comes with his clothes burnt, with his face burnt, and he says, now a calamity and a misfortune comes from the sky. That the thunder struck the land, and the land is burnt. The farm is burnt. Everything is burnt. We don't have anything now. Again, Ayyub says, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. A part of that, Ayyub becomes ill for 7 years. You see, 7 years is a long period of time. For those who are going through your family members who are ill, and you have witnessed your parents or your family members who are ill, maybe they are bedridden, maybe they are on bed for several months, for a few months, it's extremely difficult. It is for the person who is on bed, who is going through this, for him it's difficult, and for the family members it's stressful as well. For them it's hard as well. It's difficult. So for Ayyub it was 7 years he's ill. Again, this was a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He had children, 7 sons, 3 daughters, they all died. They all died. And in every test, in every calamity, Ayyub says, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ni'mal abd. Inna wajadnahu sabira. We have found him patient. What an excellent servant. He was oft returning always, coming back to me. He was communicating to me. Now it's very interesting that some people, now, this is the problem of this world. When you are in a test, whether you are good or bad, the world will talk about you. They won't be quiet. They will speak. Because for speaking, you don't have to give money. Do you have to give something? No. I want to comment. I will comment whatever I want. I will give my remark whatever I want. I don't have to pay a quid for whatever I say. So I will say whatever I want. In that time also, they spoke bad and ill about Ayyub. You know what did they say? They said that, you know what? And these were the religious people. The scholars of Bani Israel. They started speaking ill of Ayyub. They said that, you know what? This is his punishment and chastisement. It is not a test or trial. He must have done something. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is punishing him. And that pained him. So some people asked a question to Ayyub. That, oh Ayyub, you faced so much. You went through different phases of your life. You faced different difficulties in your life. What was the most difficult test for you? The most difficult part? You know what did Ayyub reply? Ayyub says that when I received hurt from people, I received hurt from Allah. That is not hurt, that is a test. Because He loves me, and that is why He tested me. That is a trial for me. But when I received hurt from people, that is the most difficult part for me. When people talked about me, They talked bad about me, when they talked ill about me. That is most difficult part for me. And that is why Rasulullah also says that none of the past prophet was hurt or have been hurt the way I have been hurt, the Prophet says. Why does Rasulullah say so? Why does he say that the way I have been hurt, none of the past prophets have been hurt in this way, the way I have been hurt? Why? If you compare physically, even the past prophets were thrown stones, like Nuh alayhi salam, to that extent that he was covered by stones. And he was praying to Allah, Nuh, Rabbi anni maghlubun fantasir. Oh Allah, help me. Jibreel would descend. And Jibreel Amin would remove the stones. So physically, the way they threw stones to Rasulullah, they threw stones even to the past prophets. You know, why did Rasulullah say that none of the prophets have been hurt the way I have been hurt? You know what makes him say that? It is this tongue. It is this people's talks, ill talks. The hurt he has received from people. The way they say in Urdu that they say that talwar ka zakham bharta hai, zaban ka zakham nahi bharta. That's what they say in Urdu. It's very difficult. For Rasulullah, that was hard. Because he knew that the way immensely and intensely, inordinately, excessively, Rasulullah received hurt. And his family also. Excessively. The way hurt Rasulullah received. I'll just give you an example, a story, an incident which transpired in the time of Rasulullah. That Rasulullah and Imam Ali alayhi salam are walking and they were going towards Masjid Quba. They came across a garden, a green, lush garden, a nice garden. Imam Ali alayhi salam comments, he gave a remark. He says, Ya Rasulullah, this is such a beautiful garden. Rasulullah says, Ya Ali, your garden in paradise is far more better than this. And then they walked by, they passed by that garden. They came across 7 gardens. And in every situation, the same communication, the same transaction, or the same conversation took place. Rasulullah said that your garden is better than this in paradise. And then suddenly, Rasulullah takes Imam Ali alayhi salam into his arms. He hugs Imam Ali alayhi salam. And then Rasulullah weeps profusely. Tears flowing from his eyes profusely. Immensely is weeping Rasulullah. Imam Ali alayhi salam asks him, Ya Rasulullah, what makes you cry? He says that, Ya Ali, suddenly I recollected the hatred and the animosity and the malice of the people which has taken roots in their hearts. And this will manifest after my demise. They will show after my demise. Then you'll come to see. Right now you can't know. But the malice and nafrah and animosity and grudge they have, this will only manifest after my death. Then Imam Ali alayhi salam asks a question. Ya Rasulullah, what should I do then? Listen to this. Rasulullah says, what do you advise me? Rasulullah says that be patient, Ya Ali. Be patient. Then Rasulullah says to Imam Ali that if you fail to exhibit patience, then you will fall in a great difficulties. But Rasulullah says. Then Rasulullah says that, Ya Ali, the religion and the faith, okay? If you want the religion and the faith to survive and to exist, the existence of faith and religion lies in patience. Which is very true. None of the prophets got success without patience. None of the prophets. They all were patient. All of them. And that is why when Hamza bin Abdul Muttalib was martyred in the Battle of Uhud, when Rasulullah sent Haris bin Samt, he dispatched Haris bin Samt to go and look for the body of Hamza. When Haris comes and when he sees the body of Hamza, he saw the liver was taken out from the body of Hamza. The body parts were mutilated. It was such a bad occurrence, very unpleasant occurrence, that Haris bin Samt could not present himself towards Rasulullah. He could not show up. He could not tell Rasulullah what he had seen until Rasulullah himself comes to the battlefield. And when he sees the body of Hamza, Rasulullah says that, by Allah, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives me dominance, then I'm going to mutilate 70 of their individuals. So Jibreel Amin descends and he says that you can take your turn, you can revenge and you can retaliate, but do know, Ya Muhammad, O Prophet, if you are patient, then that is best for you. Certainly, that is best for the patient ones. So Rasulullah says, I'll exhibit patience. And then Rasulullah is patient. जब हमजा इब्न अब्दुल मुत्तलिब जो रसूलुल्लाह के चचा थे, उनका जनाजा पड़ा हुआ था, जब उनकी मैयत पड़ी हुई थी, कहते हैं कि औरतें भी आईं. उन औरतें में से हमजा की बहन भी आईं, सफिया बिन्त अब्दुल मुत्तलिब. तो उस वक्त रसूलुल्लाह ने हुक्म दिया कि एक चादर लाओ, मोटी सी चादर लाओ और ढांप दो बदन के ऊपर, ताकि बहन भाई के जनाजे को न देखे. आप समझ गए होंगे मैं किसकी तरफ इशारा करता हूं. रसूलुल्लाह ने हुक्म दिया कि चादर के साथ बदन को ढांप दिया जाए हमजा का. क्यों? ताकि बहन जो है अपने भाई के जनाजे को इस तरीके से न देखे. मैं कहूँगा रसूल अल्लाह, आपको बहुत ख्याल था सफ़िया का. सन 61 हिजरी में आइए करबला में देखिए, एक बहन है जो अपने भाई के जनाजे को देखती है और पहचानती भी नहीं है. सवाल करती है, या अखी अंता अखी वो अपना उम्मी, क्या आप ही मेरे भाई हैं? क्या आप ही फातिमा के लाल हैं? बस ये सुनना था कि एक मर्तबा हुसैन के लाशे से एक नहीफ आवाज़ आई, हाँ ज़ैनब, हाँ बहना, मैं ही हुसैन हूँ. बस ये सुनना था. एक मर्तबा ज़ैनब ने मदीने की तरफ रुख किया. नाना, आपकी नमाज जनाजा तो मलाइका ने पढ़ी. आइए देखिए, फातिमा ने जिसको चक्किया पीस पीस के पाला हो, उम्मत ने ये हालत की है कि आज ज़ैनब आती है तो पहचानती भी नहीं है. पूछती है, आया तुम ही फातिमा के लाल हो? आया तुम ही फातिमा के चांद हो? अला लानतुल्लाहि अलल कौमिज़ ज़ालिमीन व सयअलमुल लज़ीना ज़लमू अय्य मुनक़लबिन यनक़लिबून. इन्ना लिल्लाहि व इन्ना इलैहि राजिऊन. रिज़म बिक़ज़ाइहि व तस्लीमन लिअम्रिहि. जिन मरहूमीन के लिए ये मजलिस मुनअक़िद की गई है, उन मरहूमीन के लिए एक सूरह फ़ातिहा पढ़ने की गुजारिश है. अल फ़ातिहा और 3 मरतबा सूरह इख़लास. बिस्मिल्लाह.
السلام عليك يا ثار الله وابن ثاره والوتر الموتور، أشهد أنك قد أقمت الصلاة وآتيت الزكاة وأمرت بالمعروف ونهيت عن المنكر وأطعت الله ورسوله حتى أتاك اليقين، فلعن الله أمة قتلتك، ولعن الله أمة ظلمتك، ولعن الله أمة سمعت بذلك فرضيت به. يا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله، أشهد أنك كنت نورا في الأصلاب الشامخة والأرحام المطهرة، لم تنجسك الجاهلية بأنجاسها، ولم تلبسك من مدلهمات ثيابها، وأشهد أنك من دعائم الدين وأركان المؤمنين، وأشهد أنك الإمام البر التقي الرضي الزكي الهادي المهدي، وأشهد أن الأئمة من ولدك كلمة التقوى وأعلام الهدى والعروة الوثقى والحجة على أهل الدنيا، وأشهد الله وملائكته وأنبياءه ورسله أني بكم مؤمن وبإيابكم موقن، بشرائع ديني وخواتيم عملي، وقلبي لقلبكم سلم، وأمري لأمركم متبع، صلوات الله عليكم وعلى أرواحكم وعلى أجسادكم وعلى أجسامكم وعلى شاهدكم وعلى غائبكم وعلى ظاهركم وعلى باطنكم. السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله، السلام عليك يا ابن نبي الله، السلام عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين، السلام عليك يا ابن الحسين الشهيد، السلام عليك أيها الشهيد وابن الشهيد، السلام عليك أيها المظلوم وابن المظلوم. لعن الله أمة قتلتك، ولعن الله أمة ظلمتك، ولعن الله أمة سمعت بذلك فرضيت به. السلام عليكم يا أولياء الله وأحباءه، السلام عليكم يا أصفياء الله وأوداءه، السلام عليكم يا أنصار دين الله، السلام عليكم يا أنصار رسول الله، السلام عليكم يا أنصار أمير المؤمنين، السلام عليكم يا أنصار فاطمة سيدة نساء العالمين، السلام عليكم يا أنصار أبي محمد الحسن بن علي الولي الزكي الناصح، السلام عليكم يا أنصار أبي عبد الله، بأبي أنتم وأمي طبتم وطابت الأرض التي فيها دفنتم، وفزتم فوزا عظيما، فيا ليتني كنت معكم فأفوز معكم. السلام عليك يا أبا الفضل العباس بن أمير المؤمنين، السلام عليك يا ابن سيد الوصيين، السلام عليك يا ابن أول القوم إسلاما وأقدمهم إيمانا وأقومهم بدين الله وأحوتهم على الإسلام. أشهد لقد نصحت لله ولرسوله ولأخيك فنعم الأخ المواسي، فلعن الله أمة قتلتك، ولعن الله أمة ظلمتك، ولعن الله أمة استحلت منك المحارم وانتهكت حرمة الإسلام، فنعم الصابر المجاهد المحامي الناصر، والأخ الدافع عن أخيه المجيب إلى طاعة ربه الراغب فيما زهد فيه غيره من الثواب الجزيل والثناء الجميل، والحقك الله بدرجة آبائك في جنات النعيم. السلام عليكم جميعا شهداء كربلاء ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي. السلام عليك يا مولانا يا صاحب العصر والزمان سيدي الأمان الأمان الأمان. السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن. السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن وكعبة الإيمان. السلام عليك يا إمامنا وإمام الإنس والجان. عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك وظهور الأمر ورحمة الله وبركاته.